Okay, sorry I haven't been around for a while. You guys have been doing a great job, and I wanted to just review a couple things. I know that you learned about transport across the membrane, and I remind you that there are 3 different types of transport across the membrane. The first type is just basic diffusion, and this always goes from high concentration to low concentration. And it's only going to work for lipids and other hydrophobic things. And they'll just pass straight through the membrane. If there's more on this side and less on this side, they'll just go straight through without any trouble and without any energy. But for things like water and proteins and sugars and amino acids and all sorts of other things that are hydrophilic or a bit larger, they're not going to be able to passively transfuse straight through the membrane. They're going to need help. And if you need help, then it's called facilitated transport. And facilitated transport always uses a protein tunnel. And that will allow it to go right through from high concentration to low concentration in either direction, depending on which side is higher or low concentration. But it will require a tunnel, and it will take no energy. And then finally, you guys learned about active transport, which is when you want to go the other way. When you want to take something from low concentration to high concentration, that's going to require energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and it's also going to require a protein channel, just like facilitated transport does. But it's going to be harder to move it against the gradient, so it's going to take energy to do it to go against the gradient. Now, the other thing I want to quickly review is a super duper quick on mitosis, which you guys have already covered. But super fast, the way that I always remember mitosis, which is part of the cell cycle. So the cell cycle has a bunch of different parts. It starts off at the beginning, and then it has mitosis after that. And then after mitosis, it has cytokinesis. And at the beginning here is interphase. Interphase is by far the longest part. This is where the cell is most of the time. It sits in interphase while it's doing its jobs. And then mitosis has 4 parts. I remember it by remembering PMAT. PMAT, you guys would all say PMAT. And that's prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And I know you've learned all this, but I always remember it by remembering PMAT, P-M-A-T, and that reminds me of the parts. So the cell cycle has all these different parts: interphase, followed by mitosis, which is PMAT, and then after interphase is over, you have cytokinesis, is where you end up with 2 cells.